It's wild watching this next generation come up, you know, like you got your skateboard company. I started my own skateboard company. It's like, you know, P-Rod's got his own, Tori's got his own. It starts going into this next generation of like the pros that were coming up are starting to branch out and do their own things. And, you know, as a skateboard, you know, company like owner that we both are, like it changes my lens of like who I'm looking at out in the wild, like who's coming up, who's doing the deal, but then who also fits the brand, you know, like who fits what the messaging is of like of what skateboarding means to me. Like I talk about it a lot, you know, I see a lot of kids coming up right now that are skateboarding, learning how to skate, but they're forgetting the basics of skateboarding.
Exactly, bro. I talk about this all the time.
They're forgetting what it feels like, what it actually is to skate is like not to do 9 club tricks. It's to feel the vibration of like skating down the asphalt, like learning how to push, learning like from ground floor up. And they're missing these first 10 steps and going straight to, you know, kickflip back lips. And I'm like, that's cool. But then if I just watch these kids pushing down the street, I'm like, I don't know if that kid can skate.
Yeah, and skipping those steps, it takes away, you can see how it takes away from like the style of a skateboarder.
Yeah.
And, you know, nothing against the new kids and the new generation, but it's funny that we're talking about this because I got asked a question about Jinwoo after, I think it was after the qualifiers out there in the contest. And they're like, oh, a lot of people say like he's like going to be the next you, the next generation of you. And I'm like, yeah, it's possible, but it's going to take a lot more than placing well in contests.
Yep.
Because there's this whole other side of skateboarding, which is the biggest part of skateboarding, bigger than winning any contest. And you're going to have to shed a lot of blood and take a lot of falls and film a lot of clips to get to that point.
100%.
And it's important to keep talking about this because we got to keep educating people on like it's easy for people to just kind of like forget about that side of skateboarding and be like, oh, skateboarding's in the Olympics. That's what matters. Yeah. When really it's so much more.
I mean, go watch Nyjah's part, Rise and Shine. Like, how old were you when you filmed that part?
16.
That's what it takes right now. Like, that's what it takes.
Without a doubt.
I had a part in almost round 3. It's like young, but you can see the style developing. You can see the passion for skateboarding. I believe wholeheartedly, like Nyjah was saying, it's like, video parts and skating in the street is what will keep you in skateboarding. You can win all these contests, you can do all that, you get all those sponsors, but at the end of the day, if you want to leave a legacy in skateboarding, you have to have video parts. Video parts are the history of skateboarding. Contests and these medals, they sit up places, they collect dust. It's like nobody really remembers. You know, you win an Olympic gold, that's dope. Get that one.